This video contains spoilers if you're not familiar with the game, The Last of Us 1 and 2, because we're taking a look at HBO's The Last of Us live-action TV series, cast, release date, and everything we know so far. After that, stay tuned for more news about exciting upcoming projects and more. Let's go. First up, who will be in The Last of Us TV series? We've known for a while now that Ellie and Joel will be portrayed by Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal, but who else has been added to the cast in the meantime? Gabriel Luna will be stepping into the shoes of Joel's brother, Tommy, and Merle Dandridge is portraying Ellie's guardian. Dandridge was also both voice and body actor for the character in the 2013 game. Fans of the games will also be familiar with Riley Abel, who will be portrayed by Storm Reed, Ellie's best friend from the prequel expansion, Left Behind. Meanwhile, the lovely Anna Torv will be playing Joel's smuggling partner, Tess. It seems that Con O'Neill was initially tapped to pick up the role of Bill, an old acquaintance of Joel's, but that will now be done by Nick Offerman. A special character has been created just for the show, Perry, a character in one of the several quarantine zones in the country, and he'll be played by Jeffrey Pierce. Pierce voiced Joel's brother, Tommy, in the games, and then there's Bill's partner, who will be portrayed by Murray Bartlett. Natasha Mumba revealed through her Instagram bio that she's also starring in the show as a new character named Kim Tembo. Another new character is Mr. Alder, which is the role Brad Leyland has taken up, according to IGN. There are rumors that Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker, the original voices of Ellie and Joel, will make appearances as well, but it's unknown in what way. Next, when will The Last of Us TV series be released? So the good news is filming was wrapped as of June 11th, 2022. No more filming has to be done, but even though there were many people hinting and suggesting and winking when asked if we were going to get The Last of Us this year, it seems like that was a bit too ambitious. Up until very recently, everyone was still knee-deep in Calgary, Canada, and it goes without saying that post-production is gonna take a while, and if we know what's good for us, we better not be too impatient, so they can put as much effort into the special effects as needed. It's obviously going to be a massive undertaking, and with The Last of Us being what it is, we all want this live-action adaptation to be a success, right? But with a 2022 release date out of the question, we'll just have to put our hopes on 2023. The Last of Us is being produced for HBO by PlayStation Productions and Naughty Dog. This means that at least in the United States, The Last of Us will only be available on HBO. And now, what will The Last of Us series be about? And is it much different from the games? It's always good to remember that any adaptation is just that, an adaptation. And changes will always have to be made. The Last of Us, the TV series, will consist of 10 episodes, and will follow the storyline of the first game in its broadest sense of the word. Neil Druckmann has also confirmed that some of the dialogue of the game will be featured in the live-action series, while subtly preparing us for the greater deviations and creative freedom decisions that were made, if only because it's a different medium, but also smaller details which may still annoy diehard fans of the game, like outfit choices may vary, because the showrunners are trying to focus on nailing the essence of Joel and Ellie. Stories from set, where undoubtedly a lot of longtime fans of the game were strutting around in the crew as well, have been very positive so far. So brace yourself for The Last of Us. It's 2030 and the world has gone to hell. Joel, a smuggler who's seen his fair share of that hell, has to get Ellie out of a quarantine zone for their journey, a journey on which the salvation of the whole world may depend. They depend on each other for survival as they travel from east to west, a journey that will show you what truly raw emotions feel like. Are you ready? Don't go anywhere, we have an update for Kate Winslet fans, and the next project she'll be starring in. Will True Detective be renewed for another season? And we'll tell you why you should put Mind Over Murder on your to-watch list. Let's get to it. Let's start with Kate Winslet, who has been cast for the adaptation of the novel Trust. Fans of Mare Easttown, dry your tears. Our favorite Kate Winslet won't be gone from our screens for too long. Looks like HBO didn't want to say goodbye to Winslet either, because she's already been cast for a role in the adaptation of the novel Trust by Hernan Diaz. The novel came out in 2022 and has been a raving success, immediately begging for a live-action adaptation, and so HBO swept in and acquired the rights from Riverhead Books, but not after some wrestling with other interested parties. Who is interested in the rights to Trust isn't clear as of now, but HBO won. Trust is set in the roaring 1920s, and a wealthy financier asks his secretary to write his memoir to set the record straight after he's left feeling a little too unsatisfied by a novel based on his life and his wife's portrayal therein. But soon the secretary becomes uncomfortably aware that the financier is rewriting history and his wife's place in it. In the novel, the story is told through 4 different voices, making Trust a narrative puzzle that subverts the notion of truth and who gets to define it. It's gonna be really interesting how this story will be translated onto the screen, but with a name and talent like gorgeous Kate Winslet attached to this project, we're sure it's gonna be nothing short of amazing. Following, True Detective has indeed been renewed for season 4 and added a new face. It's been a while since the first season of True Detective first made its debut in 2014. True Detective's first season was a huge success, with the cast and crew oozing with talent. With a gripping noir story, the strong performances of Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, and the atmospheric breakout talent Kari Joji Fukunaga, True Detective took the world by storm. But the world wasn't ready for the show's format, and the following seasons 2 and 3 were less well received by those who had certain expectations. This is why the show's fate has been horribly uncertain since the 3rd season ended in 2019. But HBO has decided that True Detective has more to give yet, and given the green light for True Detective season Season 4, and the show has gotten a little overhaul as well. The new season is called True Detective Night Country, and Issa Lopez will be serving as showrunner, writer, director, and executive producer, taking over from the True Detective creator, Nick Pizzolatto. Night County takes us to Ennis, Alaska, where the men who are supposed to operate the Salal Arctic Research Station have vanished without a trace. Jodie Foster has taken up the role of Detective Liz Danvers, and Kali Reese will now be joining her as Evangeline Navarro. Together, they must face the darkness within themselves and dig into the haunted truths that lie buried under the eternal ice to find out what's going on. Will you watch the new season? And now, why you should watch HBO's true crime series Mind Over Murder. On June 2017, filmmaker Na-Fu Wong picked up an issue of the New Yorker magazine and read a piece that was titled Remembering the Murder You Didn't Commit, and was immediately intrigued. The piece told the story of the Beatrice Six, the 3 men and 3 women who were sentenced to prison for a horrible crime they didn't commit. In the small Nebraskan town of Beatrice, 5 out of 6 confessed. Only one of them never gave up their innocence. All of them were convicted, and it would take more than 2 decades before DNA testing would exonerate all those who were wrongfully convicted of the crime. Wong's fascination with the case would evolve into what is now a 6-part documentary series for HBO called Mind Over Murder. At the center of it is one question: how could 5 people admit to a heinous crime they never committed? To me, this has always been the story about the malleability and fallibility of memory. Wong said in an interview with Deadline, many of the people who turned out not to be involved did have memories of being at the murder. The documentary takes a look at how false memories are formed and what it takes to change people's minds. Wong moved to Beatrice for a research, and the result is a non-accusatory questioning of what happens when people have formed a judgment and are willing to reconsider, and how damaging this can be. It's chilling, but it's definitely worth the watch. And that's it. Do you think True Detective's overhaul will make a difference for Season 4? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.